Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday. It's December. So I got my fancy font for December up. Red and green, red and green. Tuesday, December 1st, 2020, quarter number 2, day 19, day 64 overall. Please continue following along and reading the Wrinkle in Time book. And again, start finding holiday stories. Make sure you're reviewing your spelling and vocabulary in both the dictionary.com for the definition and spellingtraining.com, and practicing parts of speech. You have a list of 8 definitions that you need to memorize and really know backwards and forwards. And you have a Word doc called Parts of Speech that I want you to use for your writing that you're doing. It's a free choice writing. It can either be fiction or nonfiction, but the point is for you to systematically be looking into that file to choose from the different parts of speech. Arrowheads in Space, day number 2. We will continue reading the ancient Sumerians in ancient Mesopotamia. So be ready to read when I call your name, and make sure your camera is on. You got new riddles, and I provided rows over here that you could write your answers. And the answers for yesterday are right here. History repeats itself. Ring around the rosy. Repeat after me. Read between the lines. You're under arrest, and so on. Yes, once you see what they mean, it's like obvious. So that's always the fun with riddles, whether they're rebus riddles or word riddles or picture riddles. The longest word in English, which doesn't use the letter E, is flosinasification. It means the act of considering things worthless. Well, that's just a bunch of flosinasification. Click on this long link and you can pronounce it. And they have the pronunciation in there. All right, let's look at an announcement. So there it is. All right, well, so yesterday was a little troubling because we had so many people not in attendance right at 8:45. If you come in late for the Teams meeting, make me aware immediately that you have arrived. As you know, we start at 8:45 sharp. It opens at 8:30. We start 8:45. Today, there were 7 people that were not in attendance by 8:55 and were marked absent. That's when I took attendance at 8:55. I updated a few of those when I saw that they were there, but it's vital to make the teacher aware of your presence. For example, if you were here at school in the brick and mortar building right here, and you were late, you were tardy, you would have to get a tardy pass, come into the room and hand me your tardy pass. So that makes the teacher aware that you've arrived. You don't just like slip into the room undetected. Online students can slip in undetected after I take attendance because when I'm screen sharing, I can't see who comes in until I'm done sharing. So make sure if you're late, and sometimes people are late, just make me aware when you pop in. You can interrupt me and tell me that you're here so I get the attendance correct. Cameras need to remain on. Some students have been logging in and turning their cameras off and then not being in front of their computer to participate in online class. For example, when we're asked to read something out loud and your camera's off and you're in another room, you need to have the camera on. Keep in mind that online learning is not the same as Florida virtual learning. Florida virtual learning is like one-on-one tutoring and you don't interact with anybody and you don't even interact that much with the teacher. With online learning, we are making it as much like a classroom as possible because you guys might be right back in here. So students that vanish from view online, you need to reappear. So I need to see that you're here, okay? And finally, oh, did I open that up? Maybe I didn't open that up. Give me a second here and I will open up that file called Parts of Speech. See, it actually worked correctly. I'm so used to Teams. Zoom is easy. So you got your 100 common nouns. And of course, there's a lot more nouns than this. There's thousands and thousands and thousands more. But these are the 100 most common nouns. Then you have the most common action verbs with the state of being verbs and the helping verbs. You have the top 100 common adjectives, the top 100 common adverbs. You have a list of the 25 common conjunctions and 25 common pronouns, and you have a list of common prepositions. And you have a really fun list of interjections. So this is like your, let's just say you have a menu and you have all these different things that you can take and put together for a meal. So you're putting the different parts of the sentence together by systematically choosing prepositions, conjunctions, pronouns, adverbs, adjectives, verbs, and nouns. So that's what that's why that is there. And you should be using this technique in creating your next piece of writing. And your next piece of writing will be due at the end of next week, but you have to choose, because I will be asking tomorrow what you're writing about, and it can be either fiction or nonfiction. It's your choice. The whole purpose of this is not necessarily the story or what it is, it's how well you use the different parts of speech. And those different parts of speech are listed right inside of your daily work assignment. Noun, verb, adjective, adverb, pronoun, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Now, again, the reading of A Wrinkle in Time has been done by a really professional recorder of stories. So you should be listening and following along with that, and I will be checking to see where you are, and I'm going to start assigning different activities per chapter to make sure that you're actually following along and reading it, and of course, understanding the book. Talk with you soon.